Hello and welcome to your Sunday Slowdown. My name's Tanya, as you know, and this is our last session for the year. And today's shapes are just a general all-rounder. We're touching on all the meridian lines, all the different body parts, and just it's really being put together with the time of year in mind, just to help you settle, calm down, find a bit of peace and quiet, a bit of time for yourself. At this busy time of year when we're often pulled in all directions and giving so much of ourselves to other people. So if you haven't done yin with me before, it's good to have a few props by your side. If you have a bolster, it's great. If not, a couple of cushions suffice. A blanket can also be good. You can fold it, roll it, do whatever you need to do to get whatever height or comfort that you need. And if you've got like a yoga block or a foam roller, that can also be a really nice option to have on hand. So with yin, we are wanting to be gentle with our bodies. We don't go fully into the shape. We don't go to our edge. We just come in lightly and then allow time, space, and gravity and our breath to soften. And that's why we have props. There's different options that I'll be offering. It could be something that you've got a lot of flexibility to do, at other times not. And so just do what feels right in your body. So to begin, just gently close down your eyes, whether you're seated or lying down. And just notice your breath. And notice how you've arrived on your mat today. Doing a gentle scan of how you feel physically, mentally, energetically, and spiritually. We're going to come into a 4-part breath, also known as Samavriti or box breath. And what that is 4 counts on your inhale. We hold at the top for 4. We exhale for a count of 4. And we hold at the bottom for a count of 4. If my counts don't feel good for you, please follow your own. You can always skip the holds at the top and the bottom if they don't feel right. Or you might like to lengthen your inhales and your exhales and have a shorter hold at the top and the bottom. So I'll count you through the first few rounds. Wherever you are, just allow yourself to exhale. And then inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Keep going with your own count. And just release the technique. Breathe in and out of your nose. Returning to your natural breath. And that technique helps bring calm and focus. So if at any time you are finding yourself anxious, stressed, try and come back to that breath. All right, our first yin shape today is caterpillar. So come into a seat. You can sit on a bolster or a cushion if you've got any lower back issues or if you're pregnant. And take your feet out, the legs out long in front of you. Some people like to bend their knees and have a bolster underneath their knees. If you are pregnant, it can be good to do this and have your legs wider apart just to make space for your belly. Otherwise, you can bring your legs together. And you can stay upright, or you can take any number of props and configurations and place it over your legs and just fold forward. Gentle rounding of the spine. If you have sciatica, it's better to stay upright. But feel into your body and feel what feels right. You can even play around with stacking two fists on top of one another, resting your head on them. It's really nice to have your head rest on something. It creates a bit of safety in the body and allows you to relax into the shape a little bit more. But wherever you are, just make sure you're at a 4 or a 5 out of 10 to begin with. Like I said at the start, we don't go to our edge in yin. We just use it as a way to soften. And in this shape here, we get into our spine, our hips a little bit. You might feel it in your hamstrings, your calves. And we're working with the urinary bladder and the kidney meridian lines. You know, our kidneys, in Chinese medicine, they say store our qi, our energy, our life force. And so taking time out to do yin, and especially shapes which work with the kidney meridian, help replenish us, give us back our energy. We're halfway through this shape. 5 more breaths here. And just gently come up. Place your props over to one side. And it can feel nice to take your hands behind you, plant your feet on the ground, knees pointing up. And just windscreen wipe your legs from side to side, maybe a gentle back bend. After the flexion of the spine, it can be nice just to bring a little extension there. All right. Our next shape is square pose. Again, sit up on a prop, especially if you have sciatica or lower back issues. Or if you're pregnant, it can feel good to sit up just so you're not rolling back. You stay nice and upright. First, take your left leg out in front of you. You're making a bit of a right angle here. And then we take our right leg and place it on top. So our right ankle is on our left knee, and then we have our right knee over our left ankle. And you might have a little bit of space here. Always just fill that up with a cushion, just so you can relax into it. If that doesn't feel good, if you've got some knee issues, then just have a really loose, what's called an easy pose, just crossing your right leg out in front. So when you found your shape, you can stay upright, or you can just gently fold forward any degree. Again, you might like to have something in front of you to lean on or to rest your head on. And we'll stay here for 3 minutes. Again, just breathing, noticing the sensations that arise. You know, the target area here is your hips. And it is said that we store our emotions in our hips. So it can feel quite vulnerable whenever we do shapes that target that area. But also too in our lifestyles, we do a lot of sitting, driving. If you're a runner or a cyclist, again, you have tight hips. So just go gentle. Got 3 breaths here. And just gently come on up. Move your props out of the way. You might like to take your legs out long this time. Or again, a windscreen wiper of the knees can feel good. Just tune into your body, what it needs, whether it's stillness, gentle movement. We'll set up for our other side. So it's our right leg that goes down in front first. Keeping it nice, straight, shin parallel with your mat. And then taking your left leg on top. And it could be that one side feels a little different to the other. Maybe one side's a little tighter. So, you can prop yourself up accordingly. And then come on down. We have just started Capricorn season, which was kicked off by the solstice. So depending on where you are in the world, in the southern hemisphere where I am, it's the summer solstice, where we have our longest day, our shortest night, hours of night. And for those in the northern hemisphere, it's the opposite. It's the winter solstice, with the shortest number of daylight hours and the longest of night. And slowly, our seasons will start to change. So right now, for the northern hemisphere, it's a real time of going within, of wintering. And winter is a very yin time. It's slow. And on the other hand, summer is more yang. But it actually has its own element of yin to it because it's hot generally. And it's summer holidays for us. So it is also a time of slowing down, moving slowly, resting. And just 5 more breaths here. And gently come on up. Move your things to the side. And take whatever rebound feels nice to you. That's legs out long. Movement, stillness. Just noticing fresh blood, fresh prana, chi, flowing through your body. Our next shape is a child's pose. And there's a few different options here. You can have your knees together and round forward, resting your forehead on the mat or pillow, arms behind you. Some people like to take their arms out long. Others like to have their knees wide and toes touching. If you're pregnant, just make sure that your knees are closer together. Don't go too wide here unless you knew you could do that before you were pregnant. Again, you can be very active with your arms out long, head resting. Or if you want to be a bit softer, Rest on a bolster or some cushions. And just sink into the shape. If your arms are out long here, you're getting a little bit of work into your heart, lung, the intestine, meridian lines. The shape can be working kidneys, stomach, spleen, urinary bladder, throughout the legs. And it's just also a really nurturing shape. Really calming. We've got 1 more minute here. Just 3 more breaths. And then gently push yourself up. Move any props out of the way. And come down onto your stomach. And just stack your palms on top of one another and rest your head here. Your feet can just fall out wide. Next, we're moving into Sphinx pose. Just push yourself up so your elbows are underneath your shoulders and your hands are out in front of you. So it's like you've got these right angles with your arms here, just nice and straight. We're having a gentle back bend here of the spine. Your legs can be as far apart as feels good for your lower back. Sometimes it can be nice to have a prop pushed in underneath your stomach and your elbows are just sitting there and give you a little less active. Again, if you're pregnant, then a bolster underneath your stomach and underneath your thighs just to create a bit of space for your belly is good. Otherwise, come up onto your knees, hands to your lower back, take a gentle camel. Again, this is a really nice shape, which works a lot of meridian lines. It'd be really nice to watch TV like this. Much healthier for our bodies than slouching on the couch. You're welcome to stay here, or if you want a little bit more of a back bend, just push down through your hands. I'd like to take them out a little bit further in front of you. Straighten your arms. This is called seal. And the closer you bring your hands to your body, the deeper you go into your back bend. But any pinching in your lower back, come out. Just come to a space that feels nice. It's a 4 or a 5 out of 10. It's funny that we are now in Capricorn season, and Capricorn's about striving and, getting to the top of the mountain. And I am a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn sun. So I know how it feels that, sometimes you go without stopping to rest. You can push yourself too hard. But the practice of yin teaches us to come back to our intuition and the importance of rest, so we're able to recharge our systems and have more energy to get to where we want to be. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And if you've got a prop underneath you, a cushion, just take it down by your left calf and come on down onto your stomach. Again, you can prop your head up on your hands and take your arms beside your body, cheek on the mat, allowing your shoulders just to roll back down and relax. In yin, we take rebounds. And some of them are longer than others, just depending on what we've worked on. Your little back, your lower back's feeling a little tight, a little wriggle of your hips or into your knees, and taking your feet from side to side might just help release some of your tension. Now just gently roll over onto your back. Make sure that you've got a cushion or something soft by your right leg now that you've turned over. Our next shape is the Asana. Anchor down your hips onto the mat. Walk your legs over to the right corner of your mat. And then take your arms up overhead. You might even be able to shuffle your shoulders over to the right a little bit more if you need a bit more sensation in your sideways. And play with the placement of your legs. You might feel that the left over right feels good. Some people like to put the right over left. See what works for you. And then just take your left wrist in your right hand, making sure that your shoulders, your hips are on the mat. If you have any tingling in your hands, bring them back by your side or rest them on a prop. And if you're pregnant and the shape doesn't feel comfortable to you, You can lie on your side across a bolster and you get the lateral stretch that way. Or you can sit up and raise your left arm and lean over and have a seated lateral stretch. One minute remaining. And just 3 more breaths. And bring your arms back down by your side. And walk your legs back to center. Straighten yourself out. And straight away, we're going into reclined twist. Bring your feet to the mat, knees pointing up. And draw your shins so they're parallel with the ceiling. Take your arms out to a T and gently drop your knees over to your right. Again, if you're pregnant, you can have a bolster between your knees or take a seated twist. And your gaze can be over your right arm. Maybe you turn your head in the opposite direction. Twists are really yin, really relaxing. It can be really nice to do a little reclined twist before you go to bed to help ring out the day. We're halfway through the shape. 5 more breaths. And slowly bring your knees back to center. Plant your feet on the ground, arms by your side. And take your legs out long. Have a rebound. We double down through the left side waist here. So just do a gentle scan of your body and see if there's any difference in the left and the right side. Take your prop that you're using, move it over to your left, just by your left calf. And set yourself up for Banana Asana, anchoring down your hips, walking your feet over to the left corner of your mat. Maybe shuffling your shoulders over to the left a little bit if that feels okay. And taking your arms overhead. And this time, hold your right wrist with your left hand and see which foot feels better over the other. Making sure that your shoulders and your hips are anchored. And just breathe. In Yin, we are working with the fascia of the body, which is connective tissue. And we have fascias in everything in our body. There's incredible amounts, and so much research is happening right now with it. But it's like when you wake up in the morning and you start to stretch, the fascia has compressed overnight and you are waking it up again with your movement. And the practice of Yin works into the fascia, the connective tissue. And this softly, gently approach helps it to release, move, and consequently gives us more movement in our body. Got 1 more minute here. Just 3 more breaths. Again, bring your arms back down. Shuffle your shoulders back to center. Walk your legs long. Make sure your hips are nice and even. And then we'll take a twist straight away. Bringing your shins up parallel to the ceiling. Arms out to a T. And dropping your legs over to the left. Remember your options. Bolster between the knees can feel nice, or a seated twist. We're halfway through this shape. And 5 more breaths. Come on back. Take your legs out long. Set yourself up for your Savasana. Maybe you have a bolster underneath your knee, or a pillow underneath your knees or under your head. Maybe there's a blanket on top of you. And take your legs as wide as feels good, your arms out by your body. And I'll guide you out when the time is right. You're welcome to stay in your Savasana for as long as you like. But if it's time for you to come out, start to bring your awareness back to your body, back to the room you were in. Start to deepen your breath with your lips. Swallow a couple of times. Bring some gentle movement to your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe gently moving your head from side to side. Start to make your movements bigger, circling your ankles, wrists, maybe hugging your knees into your chest or having a big stretch with your arms overhead, toes pointed. When you're ready, roll to your preferred side. Rest in your head on your arm with a little pillow. Just pause here for a few breaths. And gently bring yourself up to a seat. And placing your hands one on top of the other at your heart center. Just feeling into the space that you have created in your body, your mind, your spirit. By taking this time to be still, go within. Thank you so much for joining me. We bow to ourselves and to each other as we say, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week, whatever you're doing. And know you can come back to the medicine of yin time and time again. I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.